Baji Prabhu's Sacrifice 2. One day, all of a sudden, Shivaji had a very daring idea. He had a plan of how to escape from the siege. Shivaji found out that one of the points in the siege was a little less guarded as compared to the others. However, he had to make sure that the siege relaxed a little. Otherwise, he could not escape even from there. So, Shivaji had his minister draft a letter of surrender. Then, Shivaji's minister carried the white flag of surrender and went to Siddhi Johor's tent. Siddhi was pleased to read the letter. He asked Shivaji's minister, "When will Shivaji come to meet me?" Shivaji's minister said, "He can come tomorrow if you so wish." Siddhi agreed to meet Shivaji and was very happy with the developments. Fazal Khan was a bit worried. He remembered how Shivaji had tricked his father and told Siddhi Johor. Siddhi Johor laughed and said there was no need to worry. His siege was very strong and Siddhi was sure that there would be no problems. This news spread in Siddhi Johor's camp. All the soldiers were happy. They were quite fed up with the pouring rains and were glad that they wouldn't have to stand guard. Shivaji decided that was the night to escape. Shivaji first needed to fool the enemy. Then he would get more time to escape. There was a barber called Shiva on the fort. He looked just like Shivaji. Shivaji's men dressed him up as Shivaji, and this fake Shivaji sat in a palanquin and left with some soldiers by the Raj Dindi, which was the main way out of the fort. The real Shivaji sat in another palanquin and escaped by another route at the same time. Shivaji felt really bad that he had to risk someone else's life to save his own. But for the sake of Swaraj, he really had no choice. Along with Shivaji was Baji Prabhu Deshpande. There were also 600 soldiers. It was raining heavily and Shivaji used this as an extra cover for his escape. The soldiers who accompanied Shivaji did not wear any footwear, so that there would not be any sound of them walking. Slowly Shivaji and all the soldiers escaped from the siege. The enemy soldiers spotted the fake Shivaji escaping. News spread that Shivaji had escaped the fort and Siddhi Johor was furious. He called Siddhi Masood and told him to go and capture Shivaji. Masood sent his men after Shivaji. The fake Shivaji was brought before Siddhi Johor. The fake Shivaji pretended to be Shivaji and chatted with Siddhi Johor. As the talks were going on, Siddhi's men spotted another palanquin and realized that Shivaji had escaped by another route. Siddhi was very angry when he came to know. He drew out his sword and killed Shiva the barber. Shiva the barber saluted Shivaji and fell down dead. All this time, Siddhi Johor's forces were celebrating that they had captured Shivaji. Siddhi Masood was surprised and totally confused when he learnt that the Shivaji that he had captured was not really Shivaji at all. Angrily, he collected his soldiers and marched towards Vishalgarh. They all knew that Vishalgarh was the closest safe place that Shivaji would run to. Siddhi Johar was a bit confused too. He thought that it was still possible that the real Shivaji was at Panhara itself. So he tightened the siege and remained at Panhara.